Hi, this is Haas of GNAT News. Today we're in Arlington, Vermont, and we're stopping at one of my favorite friends' houses, Scoop Maginniss. He's a longtime auctioneer. He's got some great antiques sitting in his house that you may have in your house. We're going to look them over, we're going to talk about them, see if they're worth anything, and also talk about how you would find this sort of stuff out. So let's get busy. Hey, Scoop.
Good to
how
see
are you?
you.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, I'm
we appreciate
happy to do it. Very
right.
happy to do it.
What's that?
This book is a price guide.
It's
published every year, updated every year by a company called Koval, and they list in here just about anything that you might have in your home that's old or collectible. It doesn't have to be 100 years old. It can be 30 years old if it's collectible or if it's an antique. Alphabetical order, and they have prices
of what it's all worth.
Of what the estimated prices of what they're worth.
So these things that we're going to talk about today probably
would show up in the book.
And do they have a website as well?
They do have a website, and it's on the back. It's KOVELS.com.
Got it. Okay, Scoop, take us in. So I know what these are.
These are a couple of things that we had in the drawer. My wife had these in the drawer. They're boxwood rulers.
Boxwood rulers.
She decided to collect these when we found out we were going to the metric system. She thought that was so when I was doing an auction, she would come and buy them.
Are these worth anything?
They're not worth a lot. They're worth
so Berta just wasted
10
money?
And 12
Is that what you're saying?
$20 a piece.
Wait, say it again. I was talking over you. How much are they worth?
$12 to $20 a piece.
Interesting.
Except when you get into the more exotic ones, and this one is made of ivory. This is a Stanley number 38. It's worth a lot more, and exactly how much I can't tell you, but it's far more than the boxwood ones. And boxwood was a particular type of wood.
Oh, you read my mind.
That was important, and because it bends easily and it doesn't break easily, it has elasticity.
And I don't know if you'd know the answer to this, Scoop, but let's say I had one of these in the house and I wanted to try to sell it on eBay or something, or I was going to look it up in the book.
Right.
Is there a way to clean these without destroying them?
Well, I wouldn't clean them use anything too caustic on them, because you'll take the writing and then
you're really in trouble
off of them. But what I do with these tools is I use I get them as clean as I can with a real light detergent, and then I use Johnson's paste wax on them to sort of give them a finish.
Does it matter to you if they come in slightly dirty? Because you can deal with that, or would you rather have them
Oh, no, you got to
clean?
get them dirty. You want to get them dirty as a buyer. I want to see them in the condition you found them.
Interesting. Okay. This incredibly heavy thing. And it really is heavy. Okay.
That's a juicer. That's a Hamilton Beach juicer. Back in the 50s, they had those on every counter. There were lunch counters, and there were counters at the soda fountains and drugstores. And you would find one of these in the Hamilton Beach green, and you would find usually a malt and shake maker that would make 3 milkshakes at a time, and they'd be in every lunch counter that you went to.
What if parts are missing? Does that automatically?
Well, you need to want to get one, and there's a lot of them you're going to find that are missing, probably the cup, and it's maybe the juice thing.
I'm assuming that takes a lot off of the value.
It does detract from the value, but there's always parts of it. People that collect antiques know that people are looking for parts, so they put them sometimes for sale in eBay, and then you want to get them there.
And you triggered another question. So if this was pristine, out of the box, had all its original parts, is that a different value from something that I slowly rebuilt by buying parts on the market?
You're going to find that is worth between $230 and $295, and $295 in this book.
Right.
But $295 would be if it were in good, perfect condition. This one's almost in perfect condition, except I'm going to grade it down because it was actually welded in one point.
So it broke. They fixed
Something
it.
broke on
Right.
it, and there was a piece of it that was welded. They did a pretty good job, but it's not going to be worth top dollar.
And following up on just that other question I asked, so if this wasn't the original cup that came with this, but I was able to buy this on the market and make it complete, does that lessen the value to you?
Well,
The fact
no,
that it
if it's part of the, if it's an original equipment, and it's black to match the other part, this top part.
You don't really care if this
It
belonged to another
doesn't
unit.
make any difference.
Doesn't make any difference to the value.
Wouldn't to me.
All right. It would, and it would definitely knock out a robber, you know, if he was stealing all the money. So folks, that's
It weighs a ton. Right?
yeah, it does weigh a ton, and I lugged it out. So folks, that's all we have time for this first segment. We're going to be doing a couple more segments throughout the summer, probably a bunch of segments. Sometimes we'll be wearing the same clothes, but that's just because we're professionals and we like wearing the same clothes. Other times we'll be dressed differently. Scoop, thank you. All right, so we'll see you next time. Thanks, folks.